Welcome, everyone. My name is Mike Legary, Chief Strategy Officer for Powerland, and we're here today with Garth, Reid, Senior Technology Strategist for Powerland, on our Digital Ascendancy podcast. We're here today to talk about HPC, high performance compute, and machine learning, how they work together and why they're important for my business and what the benefits of HPC are to my business. So welcome, Garth. Glad to see you again.
Thanks, Mike. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. So, let's kick things off today with, if I'm an executive, why should I care about HPC? Like, what does it do for me?
HPC is really putting in the core fundamentals of the technology required for you to understand what's happening in your business. And without setting it up, it's like that initial that sensitive dependence on initial conditions. It says once you get this thing set up right, then you can do whatever you need to with your business in order to really get it optimized and dialed in correctly. And that's the goal of getting a really solid HPC implementation.
Okay. So, is it fair to say, so like HPC, I hear a lot about digital infrastructure or infrastructure as code. Those are key themes. So, are those related to HPC directly or indirectly?
If you can imagine eventually driving out a high performance compute capability that essentially takes on a very light footprint with respect to code, and not a codeless infrastructure, but a very light way of driving the automation and orchestration, deployment, the operations, the care and feeding, and driving out of a full fluid infrastructure as frictionless as possible. That would really be the goal. Otherwise, HPC is going to be really hard to do, right?
Okay, makes a lot of sense. So how about if I'm an executive looking at my cloud strategy, I'm usually looking at one of the public cloud providers. Yet, from an HPC perspective, it's a part of the daily breakfast. Like, it's a part of that strategy. But how? Like, as a business owner, why do I need to think about HPC when I think about my cloud strategy?
Right. So, our world is a hybrid type infrastructure. There's certainly going to be on-prem infrastructures, cloud-based infrastructures. Driving a hybrid model is important. Cloud is that strategy to do that, to get the right workload at the right place at the right time for the right price, consume it where you need to consume it. The locality issues, the gravity issues around data and apps, etc. So when you look at HPC is also a instance of HPC on-prem, HPC instance in cloud, and where you need to consume it. How do you buffer this thing? Don't imagine a world where HPC needs to be this huge on-prem type infrastructure. It's possible to do both, to land what you need on-prem and then to consume out of the cloud as well. So that's why HPC really should be part of that overall cloud architecture strategy.
Yeah, so it's fair to say then, so for HPC, really, it allows me to ensure that sensitive, private, high performance, custom components of my business technology solution set can remain under my control, be it physically, jurisdictionally, but also from a performance perspective, right? If a cloud provider breaks my machine learning model or my automation because of a massive change or an outage, I don't have much beyond my disaster recovery and continuity plans. In this case, HPC allows me to differentiate my core offerings or my core abilities in that cloud strategy.
That's right. You still retain your governance model, so you still retain ownership and entitlement of your data and the data sovereignty issues and all the other stuff that goes along with that governance. So yeah, that's a really important context.
Perfect. So maybe we can zoom in on that a little bit further, because I think when I spend time talking to folks, the concept of what does HPC do for machine learning and artificial intelligence in my business? And a lot of folks are confused about, well, why, if I can deploy models in the public cloud, why would I need to look at HPC and machine learning within that, HPC style environment?
Right. So any learning system provides a benefit when you're close to those digital assets from which you're harvesting the data, or where your data lake is being driven and created, where you've got that locality to that. You've got a greater degree of responsiveness from that versus pulling everything up into the cloud and doing a tagging and data association up in that location. You can certainly do things a lot quicker just at the point of collection. And this is maybe based on an edge-based conversation where you can talk about the ability to be parsimonious about data at the point of collection, drawing and driving inference through learning models anywhere the data happens to be generated. That would be another real good sort of context around why that's important. If the data is being created out here, why are we bringing all that into the cloud in order to do the modeling here? Why can I not do the modeling right out at the edge? And so that answers that question. This is really about understanding where it makes the most sense to do the actual learning and the human guided learning processes and into the machines themselves, so they can start driving the inference and providing significant business value to reduce cost of operations, cost of production, cost of our business, and improve margin, profitability, etc.
Perfect. Great. So thank you. And lastly, if I want to learn more about HPC and what Powerland and Cognitive Quant are doing, what's the right way to engage?
Absolutely. So just drop by the Powerland website. You can find an ability to connect with us at that point in time. We've got lots of people available here. Powerland has been growing quite a bit. We're super happy to have Cognitive Quant CQC as part of our organization, and we've built out that skill set and are ready to get into the marketplace. So just reach out and connect, and we'll be following that up.
Awesome. Thanks, Thank you very much, Garth. Pleasure as always.
Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe for more videos from Powerland, and remember to hit the notification button to get the latest videos from Powerland when they come out. Follow us on social media at Powerland_CA on Twitter, Powerland Canada on LinkedIn, and Powerland CA on Facebook to hear about the latest and greatest in IT solutions.